Hello guys, welcome to another episode of the Express channel. So today we're going to show you an example on how to go about your teacher's application. We did a previous video about a few days ago on the fact that the UK has actually opened the doors for more teachers who are trained outside the UK to come in and then get to come in and teach. So the UK has made it easier for these teachers to get their qualified teacher status even while they're in their home country, and then when they get this qualified teacher status, then they can apply for jobs in their home country, get the jobs, and then eventually come to the UK using the skilled workers visa. We have done that video and I'm going to be dropping the link in the description. I know some people, after watching the video, some of them sent me some messages on our Telegram group, which is also going to be in the description, that they will need an example. They need a bit more clarification on one or two things, and like I promised, I'm going to be dropping videos on our YouTube channel probably every 3 to 4 days to explain the procedure so that it will get more clearer for people. So today we are going to help to show an example. I'm going to be turning my camera now, so I'm going to explain better for people. Now, if you are just meeting our channel for the first time, my name is Stella, and in this channel we talk about relocation to different countries. So long there's an opportunity in that country, we've dedicated ourselves and we said we want to sacrifice our time to help people to be aware of these opportunities, that especially those who want to seek or develop themselves outside the borders of their own home country. So that's what this channel is all about. And if you know that this channel is going to benefit you and benefit your family, kindly subscribe, kindly like, and kindly hit that notification bell to encourage us, and not only encourage us, so that you yourself can get first-hand information the moment our videos pops up. Now let's get started. Hello guys, welcome to another episode of the Express channel. If you are new to this channel, my name is Stella, and like I said earlier, I'm speaking from the so to apply to this one, the difference and the similarities. So guys, for us to get started, we're going to be going to this website, getintoteaching.education.gov.uk. That's Get Into Teaching England. I'm going to be dropping this link in the description. So what you are going to do now is, so you're going to scroll down. If you're one that I've actually read through all this, but if you really want to read through all this, you can take your time and read through. But we're just going to go directly, so we won't take much of your time. So it says that if you're already a qualified teacher, find out how you can teach in England if you completed your teacher's training outside of the UK. So that's the one we are just going to go through straight. So next, it said teach in England if you are trained overseas. So they are telling you here that um what you will need to teach in England if you're already a qualified teacher. However, you do not need to be trained to teach in England. However, you will need to apply for an English qualified teacher status or be able to demonstrate strong non-UK qualification and experience. Then you will need to have a high standard of written and spoken English, that is ielts. We've told you the ielts you need to write, which is ukvi academic. So you can go through the previous video, which we're also going to be dropping the link in the description, so you can get access to. In fact, I will advise you to start from those videos before you get to this one, so that you have proper understanding of what we are talking about. Then you need to pass some criminal and professional safeguarding checks. So that is probably you will need like a police clearance or anything, but when it gets to that stage, they will let you know. So initially, don't bother yourself for this one at the moment. Then you will need a visa and immigration status allowing you to work in the UK. Once you have gotten your QTS, then you will not apply for job. It's when you've applied for job, you'll be applying for jobs that can give you what? COS. So it's those jobs that will not grant you the COS for you to apply. COS is called Certificate of Sponsorship, that will not grant you the ability to apply for your visa. So that is that one. So this is not at the initial stage. You need this one towards the end, when you've actually gotten your license, which is the qualified teacher status. So We're scrolling down now. You can have if you have some time, you can read through when you're doing your application. So you look for the one that concerns you and the one that has to do with what you're looking for. So if you are from any of these country listed here now, you can just apply directly. You don't really have so much issue. You're not paying for anything, you don't have any restrictions. However, if you are from these other countries listed here, Ghana, India, Jamaica, Nigeria, Singapore, South Africa, and Zimbabwe, you will need to have subject specialism. Please remember subject specialism in languages. I've listed the languages excluding English. So there are some languages like Spanish, like French, like Italian, like Arabic. I've listed the languages there. And if you want to scroll down, you will see where they listed the languages in which you will need to have a subject specialism in. You will need to have specialism in mathematics or sciences. There are so many sciences. It could be computer science, English, biology, chemistry, physics. So long they are sciences, you need to have subject specialism in that. You need to have a teaching qualification and be able to teach 11 to 16 years old. Don't forget that. And you need to be from this country. So we'll just scroll down now. And then it said learn more about the qualification and experience you need to get the QTS. So when you have time, you can check through it. I've actually done this in the previous video. So we are going straight to the application stage now so that we won't take much of our time. So we're just going to, and they said also that, sorry, if you are not eligible to use this service, you still have an alternative here. So you can try this one, but for now, this is what we are going to focus on for those that are able to use this one. And this one also involves that you won't be paying for any fee. Every other service apart from this one involve you paying for extra fee. So we're going to be clicking on apply for QTS in England now. So apply for QTS and they'll tell you which route you can reach through. You will click on start now. Have you used these services before? You will say yes if you have used it, no if you have not. So I'm going to be clicking on no. Then you click on continue. They'll ask you which country. Guys, this part, depending on the country, they will tell you your own specific requirements. I've gone through so many countries. I've gone for India, I've gone through Ghana own, I've gone for Nigeria own. To tell you the truth, you cannot hide any information because they will tell you what you need to do for you to get their qualification. Let's type Nigeria for now. As you can see, Nigeria is coming out. To click on continue, they will tell you, do your teaching qualification recognize? You say yes. Do you have a university degree? You say yes. They say, why do we ask this? Teaching is a graduate level profession in England, which means you must be able to show you have completed a university degree. So for those asking if you have completed, you can see this is the question. Now let's see if we click on no, what they are going to tell us so that we will know. Have you qualified? If we click on yes, do you have any, do your qualification require you to teach any of all the smart sciences? You say yes. How long have you been employed as a recognized teacher? Let's say you want to say 9 to 20 months. Remember, they say you must have taught up to a year. Do you have any sanction? You say no. They'll say you are not eligible. Do you know why they say you are not eligible? Because you stated before that you don't have a graduate degree. Now, let's go back and say, what if we had said that we had a graduate degree and we had clicked yes here, and then the rest of the information just keeps going? I'm just using this as an example for you all. You are eligible to apply. Can you see the difference? So for those asking questions like, must I be graduated from university, have a graduate degree? So your answer is yes, as you can see, because if not, for you to apply through this route, now remember, I'm specific through this route. To come into the UK as a teacher to get your QTS, they have 4 good routes. Now this route out of the 4 does not involve you spending any money. This route out of the 4 is quite direct, but the remaining 3, at times you might need to have a bit of training, or sometimes you might need to spend money to get some of the qualification, or you might need an assessment for them to assess you, and you will pay for them to assess you, to assess what you do at your school. so that they will know if they will give you your QT also if you qualify. But for this route which are specific today, you don't need to pay any money, just to clarify that. Now they will tell you that they want to let you know that if you decide to apply, you need to provide a range of documents. To ask you to upload them. You might want to take some time gathering the documentation. Once you begin, we'll sign you out if you're inactive for 60 minutes. You will need to complete your application within 6 months of starting it. So the moment you click on start now, you have 6 good months to get your documents. Now we've told you of the document, and for the purpose of this video, we're going to also be letting you know the documents you need, so that even before you click on apply, you will go and get all your documents before you even come and click apply. So this is a bonus for you. So like they said, what we ask for, you will need the following. Now this is for Nigeria. Number 1, show us section. No, proof of identity. So you will need to prove your identity. You will need your passport, you will need your birth certificate, you will need to provide one of the following. So either your passport or your birth certificate or your national identification card. You will need one of them. So the next one is, for your proof of qualification, you must show you hold a teaching qualification that is equivalent to UK level 6. UK level 6. Do not forget UK level 6. For any qualification you submit, you must provide a certificate or a transcript. Did you hear? A certificate and a transcript. That is what you will need to provide, a certificate and a transcript. And if you have gone to do your enic.org.uk registration and they've compared it for you and they see it's up to UK level 6, you can also upload it at this stage where you will need to upload this document, and then you are good to go. That gives you a boost. So next, they are going to be telling you that for those in Nigeria, we cannot accept the national certificate in NCE or the teacher certificate grade 2 from Nigeria, as these do not meet up the required level. So for those asking that question, you've got your answer here. You must be qualified to teach 11 to 16. So when you have time, you just go through your proof of English ability. There are 4 ways you can prove. So they are telling you that it's either you are born or you hold a citizenship in this country, or you studied in an exempt country, or you study in a country that is not exempt but you were taught exclusively in English. So in this case, you can go ahead and get a proof. Like they said, if you are taught exclusively in English, you can upload an official document, which is sometimes called a medium of instruction. You can request this from the institution where you study. So you can ask your school to give you a written document that is titled medium of instruction, that states that you were taught in English. Okay. Or instead, if you're not in your school or you don't want to go through that stress, you can just go to any ECTIS website and get what they call a proof of English certificate. Upload your document and they will give you a certificate on how to show that you were actually taught in English, and you will upload it there and you are covered for that. We've done a video on that, and you can go through our video section to check it out. So next, you are going to provide an approved English language certificate. That's if you want to go through, if you cannot go through any of all these ones, you can also decide to write ielts. To be fair, I even prefer you go ahead with this one because they just need 5.5, which is a low score, I wish so many people can actually get. So you have to also show a proof that you are recognized as a teacher. You show a proof you are recognized as a teacher. Now, for Nigeria, this is where I'm telling you that they are actually very specific with their country. So for Nigeria, they will tell you that you will need a letter of professional standing from your Teachers Regulation Council of Nigeria. You can request it by emailing trcn.gov.ng. So most of the requirements are actually in other countries are almost the same thing, but they differ when it comes to these professional requirements. For example, now Ghana, if you are from Ghana, they will tell you that as your education department or authority has an online register of teachers, You also need to provide a reference number and will need to check your record. They also said that they do not accept diploma in education or any post secondary school training in Ghana. So this is requirement for Ghana. For Zimbabwe, they say you will need a letter of good standing for your Ministry of Education. Why for India? They said they cannot accept a diploma in education because it does not meet up to their standards. So for different country varies. So we're going back now to the application. I just said let me add this one to the whole just to show you initially. Okay, so we're going back to the application now. Thank you. You need to show a proof of work history. So you will need to show you've been employed as a teacher in a school for 1 year or more since you've become a teacher. You will need to provide the name and the email address of the contact who can confirm that during your professional work you work unsupervised with children aged 5 and 16 and were solely responsible for planning and preparing the students. They will contact your references you have provided before they award you this QTS, as you can see ahead, and you can also keep reading that. So, and they will tell you about finding certified translation, especially for those that were not taught in English. You might need to go through, they have a list of certified translator that they have, so you can go through there and pick one and certify or translate your documents with them. So you click here now, apply for QTS. So they will ask you for what? They will ask you for your email address. The moment you put in your email address, they will then ask you, send you a confirmation code, and then request the code number from you. So I'm putting this code now. Mind you, this code expires in 15 minutes. So you will need to ensure that your code is there. Now, we've actually logged in at the moment. They'll tell you you have completed 0 of 5 section. So here is where they will tell you to get started. You put in application must be completed within 6 months. You need to complete it before 6th of August 2023. So you will click on where you put your date of birth, you put in your personal information here. You can save and come back later. Then you upload your identity documents, which they stated in the previous slide. Then also you add your additional teaching qualification. Now they will tell you again that this is what they are interested in. Okay, so you must have specialty in these courses or teach. These are the languages here. As you can see, they've listed these languages for you: Latin, Japan, Mandarin, Russian, Spanish, German, French. So they will ask you your qualification, and then they'll ask you the institution. Is it the same as a university degree? They'll ask you what's the name, when you will start your qualification and all that, and you will need to fill them in there. So you can save and come back after you're done. They'll ask you what range of age do you teach. You put it there. They'll ask you what's the name, your English language proficiency. You put there to verify your work history, prove that you're a teacher, and all these documents that they request for are all there. Okay, now the moment you are done, if you're having any challenges, you can email them at qts.enquiries@education.gov.uk, and like they said, they will talk to you or respond to you within 2 working days. So guys, this, when you finish, you save and you sign it, and when you finish, you submit your application. Thank you very much for watching our videos. Don't forget to drop your comments in the comment section. If you have any questions, whatever that you want to ask, just drop it in the comment section, because we are going to be posting another videos on question and answer session, or possible questions or possible unclarity that you might have while you're doing your application. We're going to not also drop the questions, but we are also going to drop an answer so that you can be clarified. So if you have a pressing question that is really bothering you in regards to this teacher's relocation, kindly drop it in the comment section, so that when we do that video, your question is going to be answered. Now, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to share this video to your family members. Don't forget to be a positive, or be an example of positive impact to your family by sharing this video, because they might need it, your cousins might need it, your friends might need it. So don't forget to share them and help another person's life. Thank you and see you in our next video. Bye for now.